I've always been overweight my entire life, and I tried to just pretend like it was a normal thing. And then finally, my general practitioner brought it up to me, saying that she thought I would be a really good candidate for it, and she described what bariatric surgery was. And I found Brigham and Women's, and I reached out and did the info session and met with the nutritionists, and it just clicked that this was what I needed to do to save my life moving forward.
My name's Sheu. I'm a general, minimally invasive and bariatric surgeon at the Brigham and Women's Hospital. I'm also an assistant professor at Harvard Medical School. Bariatric surgery is surgery that's designed to help with weight loss and to help with improvement of many obesity-related medical conditions, particularly diabetes, heart disease, and sleep apnea. And by doing these surgeries, we seem to rewire how your body responds to food in terms of hunger, satiety signals, and also how your body regulates weight.
I had always tried eating healthy and dieting, but what I would do is I would do the extremes. So I would be eating just salads every day, and then I would lose some weight, and then the second that stopped, because that's not sustainable, I would then gain it all back. Or I would be working out 3 times a day, eating terribly nutrition-wise, wasn't giving my body what it needed, so I would drop the pounds, and the second that stopped, I would gain it all back. So I had looked to my future and was almost 300 pounds and hadn't gotten diabetes or high cholesterol or sleep apnea. And I considered myself very lucky because I absolutely could have had any of those conditions. And I realized that it was only a matter of time until those things started to become my reality in my life. And I didn't want to do that. And my biggest motivation was being a healthy mother. I'm not a mother yet, but I want to have kids in the near future, and I wanted to be able to have a baby and then be the healthiest mom that I could be.
There's a lot of good study and data now to suggest that if you have the surgery and lose this weight before you develop those medical problems, you might do better from a weight standpoint with the surgery, but you'll also live longer, live healthier. In particular with Quinn's case, there's good data now that bariatric surgery not only helps you lose weight, but will also decrease the risk of developing cancers down the line, will decrease the risk of dying, decrease the risk of sudden heart attacks and strokes. I think in Quinn's case, she had a lot of foresight and motivation to sort of prevent those issues from coming up.
My experience with the Brigham and Women's team has been phenomenal. From the minute I made a phone call to get into a new patient appointment, through all of the visits to get approved, through having surgery, through coming back, through interacting with the nutrition team on Facebook, the access that I've had to them has been phenomenal. They have been incredibly supportive, very helpful, super encouraging. I couldn't speak highly enough about the team here at Brigham and Women's.
Brigham and Women's Hospital is really one of the leaders in bariatrics, both locally, regionally, and nationally. We are one of the largest volume centers that performs these surgeries. We're accredited by the national organization at the highest level for these surgeries, and we have really an outstanding safety and track record with that.
The day of surgery, they brought you in, and it was very welcoming, and I felt extremely comfortable because I just knew that this was the right thing for me. So I wasn't super nervous or anxious. I was just excited to start this new chapter of my life. So I was like, yeah, let's get in there and let's get this done. I was home within 3 days and back to work about 10 days later. I didn't even take all of my pain meds because it's not a super painful surgery because it's all done laparoscopically. And I was back to work 10 days later and started the next phase of my life.
So ideally, I think our most successful patients change their lifestyle and habits after surgery to really get the most out of the surgery for long-term weight loss and long-term weight benefits and the benefits of surgery. The surgery, I think, helps a lot in the first year in terms of making you feel full sooner, helping you not crave foods, and again, helping your body's metabolism not fight you to lose weight.
So about a year and a half after my surgery, I completed my first 5K run, and I crossed the finish line thinking, wow, this is why I did this. It's for things like this. It's not just to lose the weight, it's to be able to experience these life events that I never thought were in my book. It has given me a lot more of authentic confidence, and now I feel like I can just be my true self, which has been a very beautiful thing to experience from the inside looking out in the last 2 years. You owe it to yourself to come to an informational session, to talk to the team to see if this is a viable option for you. So many people that I have told that I've had bariatric surgery say, I've been considering it for a long time, but I don't know if I have time to dedicate to the appointments, or I don't know if I have time to go through this, or surgery sounds scary to me. And I try to say to them, look at me, this is only 2 years later. This is only a really short period of time in my life. So I always say, you're not too busy to save your life. When someone asks me how much weight I've lost, because it is quite a physical transformation, I always start by saying I've lost 130 pounds. But besides that, I've gained so much life. I've gained so much happiness and confidence and just knowledge that I get to move through these next phases of my life the healthiest that I can be. And that's a heck of a lot more important than the amount that it says on the scale.